I mean, it was really just a full breakdown, you know, everything that you need to learn, basically the A to Z.
From where to start, exactly what to do, how to do it, all the systems, the programs.
The resources and things that were given throughout the training was just phenomenal.
What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome to the Deal Desk, Season 2, Episode 6. Today we have a special guest, Elijah Rubin. If this is your first time watching, welcome. The way this works is either myself or the guest. We call twice. If they don't answer, we move on to the next lead. We say the street name, the person's first name. So if you recognize that's a lead you submitted and they didn't answer, resubmit it. Okay, it's not too late, right? So you can go to the raitoolbox.com to head over there and submit your leads. We can see them come in live, and we're going to make some live calls today, all right? Also, I don't ask for much. This is completely free. Click the like and subscribe button, and that's it. But let's get started. We have a special guest today, Elijah Rubin. Let's get him on here. What's going on, Elijah?
Hey, what's going on, Steven, the clean-cut assassin?
Who came up with that nickname? Was that you?
You guy, Elijah. I mean, come on. I seen you back when you was first on blowing up everywhere. I'm like, man, my guy stays fresh, and he's cutting those MAO deals, cutting those numbers, cutting through the objections. Yeah, and you're assassin with it. So for sure, man.
Thank you, sir. So for those that don't know you, tell us a little bit more about yourself. They call you the Fire Damage King. But before we go into that, can you tell us a little bit more about your background? Do you have any sales experience? How did you get started in real estate?
Sure. I'm 50% Trinidadian. I'm 50% Jewish. I'm 100% entrepreneur turned closer, right? I'm in Arizona. And I probably, at like 5-6 years old, my sister and I would go around the neighborhood and get like little river stones. We'll take my mom's nail polish and we'll paint the rocks, and I'll go door to door and I'll sell the rocks. And my sister kept the money and she paid me in candy. I didn't realize negotiations that young. I realized I could talk with people. I could connect with people. Fast forward. I probably worked at like every call center in Arizona from 16 to like 19 years old. Then around 19 years old, I started doing club promotions. When I got into club promotions, I got a chance to, just learn how to connect with people, how to create what I call human equity with people, make people feel like the only thing that matters in the universe feel. And then 21 in 04, I discovered real estate, and it paired all the my connection with people, my ability to close, my people to talk with people. I get paid the most for every time I hear the word yes. And that's in 04, 18 years ago, when your boy Elijah started his real estate journey.
Yeah, so you've been in the game for a while. How did you discover real estate, and what made you think that it was the right field to get into?
Sure. So shout out to my sister.
It can be very overwhelming for people.
Yeah, I read the book, what a lot of you entrepreneurs probably read before, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So I got super entrepreneured up. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be an entrepreneur. I'm not gonna work for anybody. And my sister was working for an ex-football player, and his wife was Trinidadian, and so she was cool with my sister who's Trinidadian. So she was babysitting. She's like, Elijah, this guy buys properties. He goes around and gets a bunch of money from his football buddies, and he buys properties. And in 04 in Arizona, the market was just like kind of where it is right now. It's just going up and up and up. It's on fire. So he allowed me to go with them. She introduced me to him. I will wake up at 5:30, 6 o'clock, go and see all the properties, and he'll take me with him to see the properties, tell me what he's looking at, and then he'll give me $1,000, and I'll bid at the auction. Well, this happened for like 4 months. I mean, he was really, stern on like, hey, we won't go past a certain bid price. And then finally, like 3-4 months later, I finally got one. We won the bid. He paid me $1,000, and when I made $1,000, I was like, this is it. This is like 2 weeks of my regular call center job. Like, oh my goodness, this is real. I'm getting paid. So fast forward probably like 6 months later, I guess the older Trinidadian, the wife didn't like the younger Trinidadian being around anymore. So my sister got fired. Well, unbeknownst to me, I got fired. I didn't know. He didn't tell me. He completely ghosted me. I'm knocking on the doors. I'm calling on him. I see his Range Rover parked outside. He just completely ghosted me. I was depressed. I didn't know what I was going to do, how I was going to be able to do real estate. But then I realized I beat a lot of people down at the auction 2 times. They don't know how green I was. So I went down to the auction, talked to a couple of investors I used to see all the time, took one guy out to lunch, and he basically taught me how to comp a property. And I used to circle the for sale by owners every Sunday in the newspaper. This before there's a Batch and Prop Stream. This is the
newspaper deals. Oh, that was back in 04. Yeah.
There was none of this what we have now. None of that, right? And so I got my first deal, sold it to him, and that's what allowed me to really jump full head into real estate full time.
That's amazing, man. You went from selling rocks to selling real estate or buying real estate. So like
legal rocks, guys.
Legal rocks, stones from the river in Trinidad or whatever. That's crazy. So that's amazing, man. That's a really inspiring story to share with a lot of people that regardless of what your background is or even like how new you are, like there's real estate, there's plenty enough of the pie for everybody to eat. So you know, why do people call you the fire damage king? Can you tell us a little bit more about that? How did that start? Why do you specialize in that, and why do you find it so lucrative?
Sure. Like I said, I probably now 18th year, I've probably done over 800 plus deals. And when I first started out, I was getting deals from newspapers, for sale by owners. I was getting deals in, different areas of town. I would drive for dollars. But I didn't have skip tracing. So fast forward, I did really well by my 3rd year. I made my first 6 figures, so I thought I was crushing it. I'm not home with mom and dad, not paying bills. So I thought I was really living it up, burning the money as fast as I was getting it. Thought it was going to be like this forever. Telling my sisters, like, y'all going to college. I got y'all. You good. I'm going to take care of the family. Y'all going to be retired. Then 08 hit. All right. And 08 hit, and I got a rude awakening, which a lot of investors did. And that recession hit. And so which we're going to see something, not the exact extent, but we're going to have some correction at some point. Well, I was so new in the game. I didn't know how to pivot. I didn't know what the adjustments to make. So that 08 to 09 was really, really hard, really, really difficult. And so then my father, he introduces me to the rabbi, at the synagogue. And I was talking with him. He asked me, "Hey, Elijah, do you do probate deals? My sister, husband passed away, and they have a probate situation. Do you buy probate properties?" Well, at the time, I didn't know what probate was. I was like, "What's probate?" But I was like, sure, I can help. Absolutely. So I go to Google University. I figured out how to do a probate deal. I help them with that one. So I started focusing on doing probate deals. Well, when you have probate deals, a lot of them, they don't end up, they don't have to sell. There's not tremendous urgency because they own the property free and clear a lot of times. They don't have to do anything. So the ones that sit for a while end up getting city violations on them. So the properties had the city violations on them. I realized that, hey, those are good ones to go after. So I started doing city violations. Well, the properties that sat a long time with city violations, they started catching on fire. And I'm like, whoa, okay. Well, I started talking to some of the OGs out here, like, hey, what do you do with your fire damage deals? They're like, Elijah, those are wastes of time. It's out of your wheelhouse. There's so much repairs. Nobody even buys those. Those are wastes of time. We don't even buy those.
Yeah.
So I was like, what? You don't buy those? There's one that you don't buy. So I'm like, if you run from them, I'm running towards them. So the next 2 years, I buy over probably like 20, 30 fire damage properties. And I'm just buying them, selling them. And then by the 2nd year, I talk with this public adjuster, and he hips your boy the game. He's saying, Elijah, you know, there's insurance money that the homeowner, 80% of the time, the homeowner's only getting 80% of the insurance money, but they don't know that.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? So there's more insurance money. So fast forward, I figured out that I could tap into the insurance money, get the homeowners more insurance money. In return, I get a little piece of that. And then I can still buy the property. And now because they have cash and I know who gave them the cash, I can help them find another property. So I learned that I could help them 3 ways and I could get paid 3 ways. When I learned I could get paid 3 times on one deal, I'm like, I am going to go after these deals because this allows me to differentiate myself from every other investor. I'm fishing in a different pond. There's way less competition on these, and I can make way more profit on those. So started doing a lot of those, and now fast forward after doing probably a couple hundred of fire damage deals. I'm one of the leading fire damage experts in the country. I buy fire damage properties. I help students around the country buy these deals. And if you can do a fire damage deal, you can do any other deal, you know. So that's how I became the fire damage king.
Wow, man. Talk about being resourceful. Like, you know, even when you started the technology we have now, you know, a lot of people take that for granted because back in the day they didn't have all this stuff around. So like there's literally no excuses as to why somebody can't be resourceful, right? A lot of people complain about, you know, I don't have enough time, or I don't have the right connections. Like, make the connections, right?
Yes.
If there's not a door of opportunity, build your own door of opportunity. That's amazing. Also, something's very interesting is that like you found your niche, right? Everybody kind of has their niche, but a lot of people think it's like when I talk to some students, like some people think that lot leads are just trash, right? It's like, oh man, I don't know about leads. I'm looking for houses. Lots are actually very easy to do deals, right? So somebody's trash is somebody else's treasure if you don't really validate what you have, right? At the end of the day, it's real estate, right? It's valuable. It's valuable. It's real estate. So that's great, man. So you're out of Arizona. What does your business look like today, and what do you see in the future? What's your vision for it?
Sure. So business looks like today. I get so many fire damage deals sent to me all around the country because this is like the one lead source. Other wholesalers, other gurus, they send them to me because they don't know what to do with them. They just don't do anything with them. So I don't have to do as much marketing. I mean, I used to spend $30,000, $40,000 a month in marketing. I had 12 VAs. I mean, I was paying out the wazoo, and that is one way of working it. And that works for a lot of people, not knocking it. I wanted to get more resourceful. I wanted to get more strategic with it. So now I like to go after deals where high profit, low competition. So I have a small team. I got Jennifer, my business partner on my fire damage profit side, who's going to be my future fiance. And then,
did we hear it here first, or is that?
Well, she's gonna know. She knows she's gonna be my future fiance. She's like, hey, she's doing an appraisal on me. Make sure I have enough equity before she closes escrow.
You posted a picture on Keith's. You were at Keith's wedding, and everybody started freaking out. They're like, "Yo, congrats!"
Right, not my wedding. It's Keith's wedding, not mine. Yeah. She made me go and put some edits on there. She's like, "You have not closed escrow, sir. You have not taken title." So I had to go and correct that. Yeah, that was funny. No, but yeah. So we have a small team. I closed on a really big deal. As I'm going to be talking about in the future, coming up soon. But that allowed me to bring a business partner. Who I'm bringing a business partner. I had a chance to partner with them like 11 years ago, but my ego at the time, like, I don't need nobody. I got this. Like, man, please. If you can network up, take advantage of that, especially if you're young starting the game. You don't need business partners if they don't have more knowledge, more relationship, or more experience than you. That's not a partner. That's a friend. All right. But if you can network up, man, you just jump so many levels. And if somebody is an A-level player, it could really help expedite your success process. So him and I have now collaborated after closing this deal. And he's a really big player in this market who's done a lot of deals, but a lot of people don't know about him. And so I'm going to definitely be bringing him out there into the public here. So now I have another A-level player. So we got LeBron and Dwayne Wade playing together. So we're going to be focusing on, obviously, fire damage, the fire damage niche, a lot of probate deals, buying notes. You know, these are stuff I want things. I like to go after sophisticated sellers, sophisticated deals with less competition, higher profits. That's what your boy doing on top of teaching people how to find and buy fire damage properties.
That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, those are great because you could be a lot more direct with those people that kind of already know what's going on. So, man, that's amazing. I mean, you are the fire damage king, and that's your niche, and it's great because you mentioned something about like partnerships. So sometimes some people get into partnerships, even starting out, they think they need a partner because it's like moral support, somebody they can lean on, somebody that can bounce off ideas. And some people with that expectation of a partner, like a partner's basically you're married to them in your business. You know what I mean? So they have to bring something to the table that justifies why they're going to be married to you. Kind of like your fiance, right? Or your future fiancés. You got to bring something, right? But it's something that's really important for anybody that's considering getting a partner. If you're starting out, like make sure they bring something to the table. What kind of work are they going to put into it? Like, what are you guys going to do together? You know, don't get somebody just for moral support and somebody to lean on, right?
And I get it, guys. I mean, starting out, I mean, I'm telling you, especially when, I mean, 04, they didn't have any Facebook. There was no Facebook. I think we had MySpace back in the day.
MySpace, yeah.
There's no YouTube. There's no community. I didn't have anybody else that looked like me doing this out here. And I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I was depressed. I felt alone. I felt, like I didn't know what direction to go. So I ended up doing what I called homie management. And please don't do this, because this is definitely slowed my success process here. And homie management is like, oh, you're one of the homies? Yeah, come on, work with me. Yeah, come on, let's work. Let's make some calls together. And no processes, no systems. And then I ended up taking one of those homies and making him a partner, because why? Exactly what Steven said. I wanted somebody to hang out with. I wanted somebody to bounce ideas off of. He wasn't closing deals. He wasn't adding value. I had to teach him everything. And then when the checks start getting, when there's no money, it's cool. 50-50 is cool. And there's no money on the table.
Oh, I know,
when you start making 100,000+ and you're paying somebody 50,000-60,000 for just driving in a car with you, knocking on doors, but you're doing the work, it's going to cause some rift. It's going to cause some tension.
Yeah.
And so make sure like I said, what my grandfather taught me is like, if they don't have more knowledge, if they don't have more experience or more money than you, you don't have a partner, you have a friend. And if you need a friend, get a dog. They're more loyal.
Great point. Tell us, if you don't mind, can you share with us, because everybody, this real estate is like a roller coaster. It's never like skyrocketing up. It's usually up and down, right? Depending on the market too. But a lot of people, they use not their knowledge, lack of knowledge as an excuse, but situations are going through maybe a breakup or maybe, everybody goes through stuff in life, right? How do you stay motivated? How do you keep your head up when you're trying to build something special or you're starting out creating a business?
That's a great question.
What motivated you? What was your why? How did you keep going?
No, great question. I'm glad you brought this up, because everybody really focuses most of their time and focus in real estate on the skill set. Don't go around. You need plenty of skill sets. You need systems. But I feel is a precursor of all that is your mindset. All right. Because your inner world controls your outer world. All right. And so I'm really big on manifestation. I'm really big on personal development. What we think about, we bring about. You see behind me, I got my vision. I got multiple vision boards over there. All right. So I want to see this. I want to reinforce to your subconscious. What are your whys? What are you doing this for? What has God promised you that if you execute, and you wake up every day and you put yourself at a high level, that this has been promised to you. And so when, especially starting out, I wasn't sure what was going to work out. If I was able to be successful, I was like down to my last $800 before I got my first deal, my first $10,000 check. And after I made that first $10,000 check, I felt the chains burst off me. The shackles, I'll never have to work for somebody again. And then, then over a course of time, like you said, you go up and down. And I started really focusing on my morning routine. We call it your G3s, your guaranteed threes. These are three things you do every morning, because by you taking control of your morning allows you to take command of your day. And so I'll do things like affirmations. I'm really big of saying what we think about, we bring about. Well, you can speak power by saying the words into your life, speaking power into your life. I like to visualize how I want my day to go. If you see it, you can live it. And then, like I said, I like to read, or I like to read for 10 minutes, journal for 10 minutes, do something to create, draw for 10 minutes, create versus consume. Because what most of us do, we grab our phone, we're on Instagram, we're on emails, we're text messaging, we're consuming. All right. God the creator created us to create. So start your day by creating and watch what happens. When you start to those small wins, Those small wins lead to big momentums. And then when you think about what you want, you literally start attracting their investor, the seller. I mean, I've literally did my affirmations. I literally visualize a buyer call me, give me a full cash offer. 3 months, haven't been able to sell the property. Did the visualization like 3 months. 3 minutes after I visualized the buyer call me, boom, I got the cash call. So I really believe in this stuff. Try it. Watch what happens for you. You're going to close more deals. You're going to feel better about yourself. And it's going to be that glue that keeps you together on those tough times. Because when times are good, it's easy to be motivated, make calls. But when you haven't closed a deal for a couple months, when the pockets are getting low, do your affirmations. Believe in yourself. Visualize the outcome you want to see. Focus on doing 3 things to start your morning. I promise you, you're going to start seeing a different version of you.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thanks for sharing that. Speaking of affirmations, I know you actually have some pre-call affirmations. I'm going to pull that up in a second. But before I pull that up, I see you got the Closers Olympics hat on. I got to ask you, because I know Keith kind of told us about this, but what is you guys create this Closers Olympics, which by the way is an amazing event that not only is fun to watch, but also really educational. What does the future look like for the Closers Olympics? What else do you guys have planned? Is there any kind of date? I know usually we've only had 2, right? But like there's been some controversy and there's been a lot of feedback. Like what does that look like moving forward, the Closers Olympics?
Sure. Well, shout out to you, Steven, sir. First, I want to give you your flowers. All right. Like I said, you put yourself on, your skill sets out there. You're definitely one of the top talented closers in the country. And I just want to make sure you get your flowers too. And with you doing this deal desk, I mean, showing people what it's like to see real skill sets. I don't want not too much teaching, all action. Let me see you do it. Don't teach me it. I got your courses for that. Let me see you execute with what you do. I think there's a lot of value in that. And I remember about 3-4 years ago, I started doing something very similar like this, where I had a Dasani water bottle, some instrumental hip hop YouTube instrumentals on the background, and I just dialed calls on the iPhone. And I did these lives. I did 100 episodes lives, and I really got a chance to see the value people were getting from these. And I saw that by me showing people how to close deals, and more importantly, how to deal with that rejection and still make the next call to be able to move forward. I saw there's so much value in it. So when Keith told me, "Hey, Elijah, hey, let's put together some type of sales competition," we came up with the Closer Olympics together, and we said, like, this is going to take the top closers in the country, and we're going to put them together and make a real competition. And so after the first year, lots of controversy for sure. Second year, a little less controversy, but there's always going to be some special dynamics because you got bosses, you got $1 million brands on the line. I mean, no one, and we all think we're going to win. No one's coming up here think we're going to lose. So you got egos, you got everything on the line. So it's really fun. And I think we're serving the people at a high level. I have people who hold offices are watching this. We had like over 30 people in the Philippines did an office party, all watching with the VAs. Great, so for the future, we're definitely bringing more ladies to the closing competition. This last year, shout out to Lauren. She's one of the female closers. Shout out to Christina and Crystal Polite. Christina Guerre, there's judges, closers. So we want to bring more ladies into the mix. We had some VAs reach out to us saying, "Hey, how do VAs, like, we're one of the top closers in the world."
That'd be interesting, you know.
Yeah, so
we got some VAs ourselves, you know what I'm saying? But that could be something that we could be looking forward to in the future, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's something, a little twist there. We're probably gonna bring some VAs to the table. This last year, which we were gonna do again, we had an open run. So for people who maybe not have a big brand, maybe just started 6 months ago, or maybe even maybe just an acquisition person on somebody's team, we gave them a chance. We took 12 people, we put them in a role-playing session. We took the top 6 of those people and we put them on day 1. And they had to battle out day 1 to see who. We only took one of them to put them with the rest of the closers. Yeah. And shout out to Munif, Rookie of the Year. He was able to not only go through that competition, he is the number 2 closer in the country this year. So shout out to him at the Close Olympics. And I think
people love him, man, and his little Starbucks coffee and everything.
It's Munif.
That's awesome, man. So why don't we pull up these affirmations?
Okay.
and you could kind of tell us a little bit more about that, because this is what you read, right? Every time,
Yes.
this is what you read when you get on before you start calling, right?
Yes, and so this was super powerful. Like I said, I usually throw on some hip hop instrumentals in the background. It's some hip hop instrumentals in the background. I like the instrumentals because I don't want the words messing with my subconscious. All right, but I want to pour power into my calling session. And so, what you should do, and any of you guys who want these affirmations, all you have to do is just put in the comments affirmations, or DM me on Instagram or Elijah affirmation, and this is my free gift to the family, a Deal Desk family, that I'll make sure I get you these pre-call affirmations. Have your VAs do it. Have your acquisition managers. If you're just a one-man, one-woman team, you do it, okay? And what you do, like I said, you want to say these out loud. You want to say these confident. You want to believe it. Put emotion to it. You may be depressed. You may be frustrated. You may had a bad day. While you doing these affirmations, these pre-call affirmations, you're literally taking all that, we call it closer's baggage, all that bad energy, and you're leaving it at the door. You're queuing yourself up saying, hey, it's about to be game time. I'm entering into the arena. You know, just like Jordan coming in the arena. This is the lights on. This is a pregame show for yourself. You're getting yourself queued up, ready to go. And so you can just execute at a high level. And we want to make sure we put you in a position that if you start doing this consistently and you make this part of your culture, you're going to see how you feel, and you're going to start noticing that you have more energy, you expect better things, and you set the right frame into your mind, knowing who you are destined to do and what's your purpose of making these calls that day. Okay. So,
man. Yeah. So why don't, before you go over it and we start making some calls, where can people get a hold of you, learn more about what you have to offer, if they even want to do some deals with you, and also that they want a copy of that? What's the best way they can get a hold of you?
Sure. Well, like I said, you can always reach out to me, Elijah Rubin, on Instagram. You can watch those 100+ episodes on Elijah I Rubin on Facebook. But if you want to learn more about the fire damage niche, go to Fire Damage Profits, my free Facebook group. We have tons of trainings out there, so you can close your first fire damage deal, give away lots of value. And like we just closed a $100,000 deal in Riverside, the fire damage deal. And I did these affirmations before I got on the call. And just as I thought it, as I dreamt it, as I felt it, I real life did. So reach out to me. Any way I can help add value to you, that's what I'm about. And like I said, hopefully you can see from the content, from what I'm sharing, these interviews, I want to help the person who was just like me, who had effort, had energy, just needed some guidance, a little direction. I want to help put you in a better position to close more deals with more confidence and more consistency.
Awesome, man. So why don't you read these out loud to everybody? And you ready to start making some calls?
Let's go. Let's get this. All right. So shift your energy. All right. I am an elite achiever. I'm a trusted advisor. These people need my help and my advice, regardless if they're aware of it or not. We create win-win solutions. We are the best option, and it's my job to help them see that. I'm the best solution engineer alive. I'll apply extra effort while providing additional value to everyone I come in contact with. I handle objection with ease and provide simplified solution with speed. I consistently get better and better on every call. On every call, it's sell or be sold. Yeah.
Love the energy. All right, man. Well, let's get started. You got the list up there?
Yep, I got the list up here. Let me start
cool.
these down.
So,
let me just log in here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elijah Rubin. The first call we have is in St. Petersburg, Florida. Let me pull this up real quick on my end so I can also kind of look at the description with people. So anyways, this first lead here, hold on, let me share my screen so people can see what property. I'd be surprised, maybe we might come across a fire damage. I mean, we never know, right?
Whatever luck of the draw. 800.
So anyway, exactly. Right. So this property is in St. Petersburg. They're asking $315,000. Reason for selling. Spoke you wanted. Wants to sell due to needing a down payment for a loan they're trying to take out on their new home. When we spoke, he wanted $215,000 to $230,000. He has not answered the phone. They have permitting issues that need to get fixed since they have additions going through the county. So let's see if we can get a hold of him first. You got your phone ready?
Yep. I'm going to dial it now, okay?
Perfect.
Let's run it.
Smile, dial, and I'll put on speaker. We're good.
Hey, how's it going, Shane?
Doing good.
Hey, happy Friday to you.
Yeah, happy Friday to you.
Shane, this is Elijah here. You talked with one of my associates about selling your property on 13th Avenue in St. Petersburg?
Yep. I actually just put that under contract for a year lease.
Oh, you put it under contract for a year lease, huh?
Yeah, it said rent it out for a year.
I hear you.
Right here.
I hear you. Renting it out. And if I looked at some of the notes here, you were looking to, the only reason why you even consider even selling it, you wanted to use the cash for a down payment for your new property?
Yep.
Were you able to get the cash for your new property, or were you still looking for that?
Nope, I already got it. I pulled some strings and moved some money around, so I'm in the new place and rented out the old one.
I see. You sold some of your Bitcoin, huh?
Yeah, I'm a financial advisor. So
really? You are a financial advisor? How long you been doing that for?
Since 2004.
Wow. See, that's when I started real estate. I started real estate in 2004. All right. And so you dealt with these. So you and I both saw what happened in 2008, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, what's your thoughts? Do you think we're... Go ahead. I'm sorry, Shane. What were you saying?
No, I mean, the rates are definitely going to be coming back up. The government has too much influence to let 08 happen again.
They're not.
They're going to protect it a little bit.
A little bit, as much as they can. I mean, they have the interest rates so low, they had to bring it up with inflation and everything, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they got to counteract that inflation and consumer pricing index. But I think there's obviously going to be some kind of plateau and kind of come to earth or come to Jesus meeting where everything comes back down.
At some point,
they're going to do their best to make it a peaceful kind of slow trend down instead of having just the bottom fall out.
Yeah, no, I can't let I can't see them letting that happen twice. But you know how it says. I mean, what is supposed to be 8? You're supposed to be on 8-year cycles, and we're going into our 14th year of straight run-ups. So what comes up? Yeah. Well, let me ask you this question. I mean, if we were able to work something out where I was able to buy the property with the lease in place, you probably wouldn't be interested in selling it if you got a good price for it.
No, I mean, I'll probably throw the renters in there. My buddy's a realtor. He was trying to put over markets like 325. So that was the ballpark range we're thinking about, and then I had vendors that were willing to pay good money for it. So I was like, you know what, we'll just take the extra income for now and pump up the cash flows and reevaluate.
Sure. Well, let me ask you this. I mean, do you have any other properties you're open to selling, or is that the only one?
No, it's just these two, and the one we just bought is my new house the wife loves. So.
Oh, yeah, I don't want you sleeping on my couch, so keep that house, all right?
Oh, well. Yeah, but if you want to pencil me in for January, the lease comes due end of December.
Okay, lease comes due at end of December. So you follow up with you, and you'd be open to selling then?
Yeah. I'm not planning on keeping it long term. It's just more of the opportunity presented itself, so I took advantage.
I see. And so, how much are they paying a month in rent right now?
They're paying us $2,300 a month.
Woo! I understand, Shane. I understand. It's just the numbers talk. All right. Well,
my mortgage is $1,100.
I mean, you're making double on the cash flow. Are you property managing it yourself?
Yep. Yeah, I used to do construction too, so I'm pretty handy when it comes to all that stuff.
Well, perfect. Well, do you know anybody else who's looking to sell property, a piece of land? Anybody I could pay you a consulting fee for referring to me?
Not that I know, but I'll definitely keep an ear out.
For sure. Keep my number. I also specialize in buying fire damage properties, probate deals, any natural disaster properties. A lot of people like to avoid those. I like to run towards those. So if you do come across some of those, keep me in mind as well. Okay, Shane?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
All right. Well, hey, do me a favor. Have a great weekend. and I'll follow up with you here at the end of the year and see where we take things from there.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right, be blessed now.
You too.
Bye.
What was that? Hey, man, you're pretty smooth to rapport. You're pretty smooth to rapport.
Because what I learned, especially remember, I used to make calls just like this. There was no dollar, anything. So I had to squeeze the juice out of every opportunity. And I just got in a habit of when I'm on these calls like this to make sure that you work every opportunity. Do they have any other properties? Do they have a friend that they refer a property? Are they looking to do other investment? Can I turn them into a cash investor for me or a money partner? And then I let them know how I'm able to do business. And I always want them to feel like, man, I'm a long lost friend. So when I call them next time, I pop up on the radar. So follow up next year and December.
Mr. Work on 13th Avenue. So the next one we have is in Greensboro. Let me see. Summit. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Make sure
Summit with John.
$80,000 to $90,000. Complete rehab needed. Now the reason for selling, had COVID in October, pneumonia in November, and had multiple other projects that he's working on and got behind due to illness. His last tenant trashed the place and left a sour taste in his mouth and keeping the property.
Oh,
and you know,
pain. There's lots of pain there.
This kind of looks like Santa Claus's house. If he had a house, it probably looked like his house. Let me see if I can pull this up here. Looks like a nice house. I mean, I guess this is it's a pretty big house. I wonder what kind of repairs it may need. Let me pull this up and I'll share this with you guys. Pay attention how Elijah does his intros if you can connect with the person, because it's something that a lot of people definitely need to take notes. And you know what? In our industry, we say funny equals money. If you can get the person to laugh, you're automatically, building rapport way ahead. So here's the next property. I told you it's like Santa's house, right?
Yep.
Look at that, man.
Let's see. All right, I'm going to dial it, okay?
All right.
Let's get it.
Been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
All right, and yeah, just like Adrian and a lot of other guys, I always double dial. Like I said, if I'm already spending time, hit them back. I'm already on the call. Maximize.
Call has been forwarded to an automatic.
Okay. I usually leave a voice when I send a text message too while you're on the call. Like I said, you're already there to do it. You at the end of the day, you want them to call you back. You want, especially if you already have the lead there. So just a couple other things, just to squeeze all the life out of the deal. All right. So on to the next one. Let's see.
This one's in North Carolina. Reason for selling was his mom's house, and he sold all other investment houses. Now he's ready to sell this one, so this may be a motivated seller.
Yeah, for sure. I love probates, inheritance type properties. Those are good, and very similar to fire damage deals too. You have to take a different approach with them. You can't treat them like a tax lien or a divorce deal. You have to, there's more empathy, educate, you have to empower them. So I definitely like those ones here. So let's see. Let's get them.
If you guys have any questions for Elijah or I, please drop it in the comment section. We will do a Q&A at the end.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless. Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check.
Check the number again. Just make sure I had the right numbers. Yep, I'm gonna dial back one more time.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going, Johnny?
Doing fine, buddy. You?
I'm doing outrageously blessed. Thank you for asking. This is Elijah here. Happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday to you, buddy.
Hey, Johnny, I wanted to follow up with you real quickly here. You talked with one of my associates about selling one of the last properties you had left over on Gold Hill Drive, right?
Yes, sir.
You didn't sell it on me yet, did you?
I'm not, but it's pretty dang close. It's pretty close. I'm holding out. I'm holding out for $10,000, and I want it bad. If I don't get it, I might let him have it, but he's gonna be first because he's made that right offer. But yep, that's what I'm wanting. I want to sell it, and he gives me the amount first. Gets it, you know.
I hear you. I hear you. And how much did he offer you exactly?
Well, he's up to 165. I want 175, but I will take 170. I'm close, you know. I'm close.
I hear you. Okay, so he offered you 165. You want 175. Okay.
I will take 170. That's what I gotta have, you know.
Right. No, that's what you're really looking for. So no, I appreciate you being upfront with me. You always been a straight shooter, so I appreciate that about you, Johnny. Let me ask you a couple questions here. Let me see. I have a couple quick questions for you. Let me see if I could work something out.
Let me ask you, can I call you back in about an hour? Because I'm really in a meeting right now with a guy. We're going over a big deal, okay? Not that deal, but another deal. Okay?
You have another deal? You have another deal we could talk about too?
Hell, I don't you won't be in this deal.
Well, let me ask you a question. If I was able to get you close to the number you're looking for, you're for sure willing to move forward with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You give me 100. You give me 170, and I don't know. I've had a guy that offered me 185, but he only wants to pay me $35,000 down and pay me $775 a month for 60 months and balance out with me. Just balance out with me. I had another guy that wants to pay me 170, but he wants to pay me $40,000 down. He wants to pay me $800 a month, and every year give me another $13,000, which would be $22,000 for 5 years. Then balance out with me at the end. But I want to sell it out, get done with it. Be done.
But wash your hands with it. Okay. And so, well, let me ask you this question. So, I mean, as far as how much total repairs do you think I need to do to make it just beautiful?
5,000.
Just a little 5,000, little touch up. Okay.
Yeah. Cause see, I went in there and tore the carpet and everything up though when it was bad weather, and I went in there and had the rooms painted, all the trim work done. New carpenter laminating it down in there. And then the living room had hardwood floors when I tore the carpet up. So I took all the carpet tacked up. I was just going to have that sanded and put a new coat of polyurethane on it. And then I started tearing the tile off the bathroom around the tub and all. So I figured to redo that bathtub and put a new little vanity in there and some new faucets around the tub and all. About $3,500. I'm figuring $3,515 on the floor. And you can move somebody in the next day.
It sounds like, I mean, you sound so knowledgeable, Johnny. Are you a real estate investor as well?
I'm 47 and a half years a licensed general contractor in North Carolina. I'm 67 years old. I actually going to keep my license intact. I don't know why. I don't want to do nothing until I'm 70. I have about 3 more years. I want to just keep them. You know, I had a lot of people. I bet this last year I probably went to 20 people needing a write-off on a scope of a house, a foundation, or a structural thing. I can look at it, and I don't charge them nothing. I don't charge them. I look at it, sign the paperwork. They on their way, and just help the fellow man out. But, yeah, I figured 47 and a half years. think I knew sort of what I'm
Yeah,
doing.
you probably could teach me a thing or two over there. 47 years, that's pretty impressive. You know.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, John.
Now listen, can I call you back in an hour though?
Sure. Let's do this. We could touch base in an hour. We'll follow up. Just make sure you don't sell the property till we talk, okay?
I will not. Thank you, buddy.
All right, take care now. Bye. I try to
Wow,
keep him.
man. The guy was about to get off the phone. You caught him back on the phone. You built some great rapport. You know, he said to call back in an hour, so we could definitely do that. But you really connect with people early, man. That's a good skill to have.
Yeah, I think a big piece of that. I think that came a lot from the club promotion years too. I think a big piece of this, you have that 30-second, 1 minute window. And that they're really kind of gauging, do I want to just hang up on this phone, especially with there's 2 zillion wholesalers entering in the game each year making calls. And a big thing about, I'm not here to make offers. I'm here to make a relationship. And I focus on making the relationship. How can I add value? What can I compliment them on? What link can I send them? What value can I add to them first? Especially in the age of everything is text me, like, social media. There's no real human equity that's being created. So I try to build that rapport and create and connect with them as fast as possible, because that's why he's going to end up going with me at a lower price, I feel. All right. So next one here.
Man. So the next one is in Jonesboro, Georgia. They say it's in fair condition. Let me pull this up real quick. So it's in fair condition. They're asking $140,000. The house is vacant, and the seller said, "Tell your investor to call me." So let's see what kind of person you're working with over here.
Let's see how it works.
Maybe you're gonna call McCarl kind of guy, you know?
Hey, this is James McCarl. How's it going, darling? I wanted to ask you about that property over there now. Hey, no, don't get fussy with me.
We're gonna have to do a whole new episode on just a McCarl interview.
Oh, you want me to do James McCarl? All right, see. And the best part about, hopefully you guys can see, this is genuine. We see Stephen make calls. See, I just have a good time with it. I have fun. I work real hard jobs where you're out in the heat, you're paving, you're pounding the ground, you're sweating your backside off. This is easy. You're making calls, you're adding value, you're talking to people, you're in AC. I got vision boards around me. So make sure you have a good time, because they're gonna sense it, they're gonna hear it. All right. Make sure you have a good time when you do these things. All right, let's hit this guy.
We'll get it.
I'll do one James McCarl before we wrap up. I'll call one person as a. Hey, how's it going, Richard?
Okay, who's this?
Hey, Richard, this is Elijah here. You spoke with one of my associates with regards to selling your property in Jonesboro on Mallard Court.
Okay.
You didn't sell the property on me, did you?
Well, I will be. We're rehabbing it, and then we're listing it on the MLS.
I see. You're rehabbing it and listing it on an MLS. All right. How far are you along with the rehab?
We're along.
Okay. And if I was able to buy the property just in as is condition, so you didn't fix it, you didn't do anything else about it, would you be open to selling?
No, we're not, because this is what we do. I'm a real estate broker. We have about 4 houses in the pipeline.
Nice.
We make a lot more money rehabbing and selling it at profit than selling it to you.
You absolutely got me. Guilty as charged, Richard. You know what you're doing there. You sound very knowledgeable. So you said you have 4 properties going at once right now in the pipeline?
Yes.
Now, are you buying these just off of MLS, or are you buying directly from homeowners as well?
No, both. I'm a licensed broker. These are my personal properties,
Mm-hmm.
and I manage properties. So
wow, you do it all
for my clients. Yeah,
You're like an army Swiss pocket knife over there.
If I had part of the army Swiss knife that could take you off put you on a do not call list, I would love that.
No, I hear you. Well, I'm picking up a couple more properties. Are you buying any more properties? As I might have another property for you. Are you?
No, I'm not buying. I do actually have a property I'm selling in Buford. I don't know if you
Really?
You can buy it as is, probably.
Sure.
Oh, I don't know. 480 is out of your price range.
No, I'm half Jewish. I have access to unlimited capital. It's all about the numbers, right? So, Richard, you said the property is vacant?
Yes.
Okay. And how many bedrooms and bathrooms is it?
It's a 5-bedroom, 4.5-bath home. I think it's a half-acre of land.
Nice. Half acre. And you already own this one, or is this just one that you're aware of?
It's a client of mine.
One of your clients? See,
Yes.
I love networking with like-minded people like yourself, Richard. This is how you get deals done. What's the street address so I can run some numbers on it?
Let me check. We're in the middle of fixing it up, and then we're gonna put it on the market for sale in a couple of weeks. So I think he would accept 480 as is.
480 in as is condition. Okay.
Yeah.
But we got to take care of you too, Richard, for bringing the deal to me. I take care of all my relationships, right?
Yep, that'll work. Let me see.
No, take your time. Take your time.
It's 4392 Chatook Drive.
Okay. You said CHATUE? CHUTE. I missed one to the. Got it. Got it. Okay.
It's in Hall County.
It's in Hall County. All right.
Yes.
And you said that you guys are, how much worth of repairs do you think it still needs? As I know he said he's starting some of the rehab on it, right?
We're replacing the front door. There's wood rot around the door frame, and we're repairing some of the windows. There's wood rot.
Okay, so there's a little bit of wood rot there.
Can I send you a video of the home?
Oh yeah, please do. That'd be extremely helpful. Sure, let me know when you're ready.
Go ahead.
It is Elijah, ELI. IIN. C.com. Yep.
You don't happen to be a prophet in real estate, do you?
I like to prophesize about my profits, right? And what about yourself?
What's your last name?
My last name is Rubin. Rubin. Okay. Yep. And so you're sending that over here. We're getting that all situated here. And so why is he thinking about selling it versus just finishing it?
He's going to do either. I mean, I prefer to finish it, but I just want to see if you're willing to make an offer as is, and maybe he'll consider. It appraised for 510.
510. It appraised for? And how much do you think I still need to put into it? You think I still need to put another 10,000 or so into it?
I think so, yeah, maybe.
You say you just have the rots over there. And so if you think it's worth it, you think it's worth about 510 once it's all fixed up and beautiful?
I think so. Well, that's what the appraisal said. It's worth 510 based on looking at it and the condition it's in now. So you'd have to run your own comps and determine that.
Sure. These are I'm looking at some numbers over here. There's some nice large lots over here, large properties. I mean, this looks really nice. Tell me, do you think there's a chance that he would do something creative where he's the lender, not the landlord?
No, absolutely not.
He only wants cash?
Yes.
Would he take any Bitcoin?
I don't think so.
I'm joking. Nobody's taking Bitcoin. I don't. We do real estate. We want real assets. Yeah.
Peloton biker too.
Top of the Peloton bike. Look, you're a part-time comedian over here. Let me ask you this question, Richard. If I was able to, come in here, pay cash, obviously we got to build in a fee in there for you even bring this deal to the table for me. 480.
Well, he signed he already signed a buyer's agreement.
Oh, you have exclusive listing agreement with them?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. And so you're gonna be taken care of out of that 480. Because at 480, if it's worth 510, I still gotta put money in there, closing costs, commissions for you, holding costs. There's not a lot of meat left on the bone. Do you think he'll be a little bit flexible on the price?
He had an opportunity with somebody else, and he wouldn't take less. So
he wouldn't take less. Why is he even selling it? Is this just what he does, or did he inherit the property?
No, it's time. I mean, he's had it as a rental probably for 10 years, and he's moved out of the area, and he probably needs money for other things. You don't keep assets forever, right?
Yep.
I own 10 properties, and I flip them, move them around. I don't keep the same property forever.
I hear you. Now, my grandfather, he kept a lot of properties in the family for a little while, and and then transferred on to the next generation. But well, like I said, I don't know if I'm.
Generation isn't interested. So.
Oh, the next generation not interested. Well, I know a lot of them aren't. I know a lot of these millennials, they just want to rent, but
they want to play video games now. If I give them $400,000 worth of video games, he'd be happy.
They want to be in the metaverse. No, I hear you. Well, I don't know if I'm your buyer for this one, just because I would probably be a lot lower than the 480. Do you have anybody else who, a little bit more flexible on price that I could be a cash buyer for you for?
Well, the problem is in today's market, I don't recommend anybody being flexible on price.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I sold a property in Jonesboro. Everybody was calling me offering cash offers of 140, 150. I closed last week for 192.
Woo.
So why would I I mean, first of all, cash is cash. I don't care how long it takes to get. If somebody gets a loan, I still get cash. So to me, that's a ridiculous statement to say all cash offer. I mean, granted, you don't have to jump through
the contingencies, appraisals, all that other stuff that could stop a deal.
It's still passed everything, and I got the deal done. So for the sake of taking a couple of weeks longer, I made an extra $40,000 for 2 weeks of waiting.
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you.
Why? I mean, I'm surprised in today's market anybody would sell to people like you at a loss. I don't get it.
Well, there's a lot of different reasons why people need out, and another big thing I buy fire damage properties and natural disaster properties.
Well, that's fine. I mean, but regular properties.
Yeah, regular properties, list them.
They sell them in 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, with the way the market is. But you and I both know this is not going to stay like this for a lot longer. What goes up must come down at some point. Can't keep going up and up forever. But let's do this, Richard, because I have to hop on another call because I'm closing deals live on the deal desk. Let's set up a time. If you come across any other properties that need to sell, keep me in mind. And if you come across any fire damage deals, and then if I have anybody who needs a listing, can I keep you in mind? I can refer you some business?
Yes, that's fine.
I appreciate you, Richard. Hey, keep having a great day and enjoy your Friday, okay?
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
What's up with the bye every time?
It makes me remind you. It makes me remember.
You ever when you follow up with somebody, did they ever bring that up?
Yeah. When they like, here's the bye guy, bye, and they'll do it back to me, and now we're laughing. Now something a little different. Separate you. Always separate yourself.
That's funny, man. You did a great job today, man. Let's do some Q&A first. I gotta give you a round of applause. I mean, with everybody here so far, you've actually built a lot of rapport, and some people that try to brush you off got you back on. There might be some potential deals that will require follow-up, so we'll discuss that. But let's start taking some questions, guys. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat now. Jorge says, I have the seller sent the contract. He agreed to the price, and he never signed up. Is that something common at that point too?
Yeah, so he sent the contract. So I think a lot of times what happens, if they then send the contract, if they didn't sign it and get it back to you, usually that is an indication that you didn't set the proper expectations up front, saying, hey, you didn't set proper expectations, meaning, hey, my business partner, we're going to hold cash aside for you. I'm going to send you the contract. Are you in front of your computer? No. Okay, well, review the contract. When would I be able to expect to get this back? Because I don't want my partner giving the cash we designated for you to one of your neighbors, because you don't want that either, do you? And then they feel that there's some urgency. I got a commitment time. I'm going to get the contract back. I do see a lot of people say, all right, I'm going to send you a contract. They send the contract. It goes in abyss. They end up getting ghosted, and they don't get the contract back. So make sure you set that time frame and make sure you create some urgency. That's why you need a contract back, to really get that time.
Yeah, that's really good, because a lot of issues that people have is when sellers go ghost, and you have to leave off on a good note, and there has to be some kind of guidance and direction as to what is the next step. What is the best time I can call you back? As long as you keep following back on the day they tell you, they'll kind of know what to expect. I got a question for you.
Sure.
Because, you know, a lot of people talk about rapport, right? There's different ways of delivering rapport, talking about something. What, based off your personality and your style, what do you think, how do you think is the best way to build rapport in a conversation? And when do you think is the right time? Is that something you think about, you bring up? Like, how does that, because I see you kind of started off in a way where you're like their friend, you know?
Yeah, I think that's the best way of approaching it, because people do business with people they like, right? And so if you could position yourself within that first 15 to 30 seconds as, is this a long lost friend of mine? Is this a high school buddy? That is the vibe you want to get. Like, hey, how's it going, Steven? Who, like, hey, is Mr. Morales there?
What's up?
Exactly. Who is this? Who is this? Versus, hey, is Mr. Morales there? Well, Mr. Morales, none of my friends call me that. And if you're asking if it's me, then you probably don't know it's me. This is probably a sales call. And so I don't want to come off as a sales call. I want them to feel like, who is this? That's the vibe I want. All right.
So we got a lot of people that want the comp affirmations. Reach out to Elijah on Instagram if you haven't. Otherwise, we'll connect you with them via comments. You got some fans in here too. So what's up, Elijah? Perfect. Awesome, man. So I don't see any other questions. Did you have anything else you want to tell the audience before we hop off here?
Yeah, just want to make sure you guys understand that being a good closer comes with repetition and consistency. Work on your mindset just as much as you work on your skill set. Have vision boards, have a good time, have belief in yourself. One of my mentors taught me, you can't control how many fish you catch, but you can control how many fish hooks you choose to put out and what ponds you choose to fish in. So for those of you who are possibly tired of competing with all the other zillion wholesalers in your market, please join my Fire Damage Profit Facebook group. We're going to teach you how to start fishing in your own pond. I still fish in all the ponds with everybody else because there's a lot of deals in there.
An ocean out there, man.
The ocean out there. But I want you to learn how to start fishing in a blue
ocean. Get on Elijah's boat.
Yeah, hop in the boat. We're going to teach you how to, start fishing in the blue ocean where there's barely anybody there. Put yourself in a position to be able to do more, be able to see more, where you're able to make up to 3 checks in one deal. I did a consistent closing challenge, a 5-day challenge a couple months ago. And I just saw how much value people get when they really lock in and have that consistency. And one of our guys, Josue, shout out to Josue, it was in a car dealership for many years, started real estate 2 months. Now he's 6 months into the game now. And he's about to close his first 6-figure deal. He's already closed over 6 figures worth of real estate in his first 6 months. And it's just really good to see people could take, have average skill, but phenomenal will, and get those results. So I'm going to be doing another 5-day challenge in March. So make sure you guys stay locked in. I'm going to be doing a 5-day challenge for the fire damage niche. Want to add value. I'm just really big at serving people, adding value, letting you see what's possible. Because if I can do it, if Steven could do it, so can you. So if you guys need the affirmations, reach out to me. Just DM me affirmations. I'll make sure I get those to you. Make sure you join my free Fire Damage Profit Facebook group. And any way I can add value, let us know. Go to Closer Olympics. Watch Steven. Listen, this guy is a cold assassin. That's why he's a clean-cut assassin over here. And he's just a beast with it. So make sure you guys lock in. And, whatever we can do to add value. let's make it happen.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, Elijah. I'm gonna hit you up right after. Thanks for joining, guys. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next Friday. Take care.